Greetings, I'm Lucinda Harmon, aka The Growth Catalyst. And in this session, we're going to discuss, well, the title is, Are You the Right Fit? And I wonder, have you thought about the topic? And write in the comments, please do share and do like these videos. I mean, I really want them to get out there and get to sales professions. We really want to see the standards rising and not dropping. And this is a concern that I've had for many, many years, and why I have my burning desire in my heart to make an impact as the growth catalyst. So what is the right fit? You're going to ask me, but what is it? Well, the right fit is a deep and authentic connection that you feel in a company or an industry that you're involved in the work that you do. And you must know that you're well suited. It's a match. It's not maybe a perfect match, but it certainly is a match. And you know when you go for an interview or you work for a company, if you actually feel like you're part of it, that you're aligned, that you feel like a sense of belonging. Like, I don't want to say a family, because sometimes people gets a bit icky, this word family. So we won't use the word family. But it's a match in your abilities, your skills, and your experience. And that is very, very important, as well as what comes up next, which is your values. To be able to fit into the culture easily. This is very important because every company has a culture. And if you want to be happy and they want to be happy with your appointment, now this is really important. If you don't fit, it really, really becomes quite an uncomfortable situation. And you end up in a situation where they're either trying to get rid of you or you're desperate to get out, and it ends up in quite a toxic kind of environment. Really important to look at this from the onset. And also, never ever settle for a job. You must be looking for a professional, as a professional, and you'll be looking at a career for yourself. It is a long-term journey. It's a long-term project that you're on. This shouldn't be, I'll do that just for now. Because it's just job, it's just to make money, it's just for a salary. And I want to bring up 3 points. Someone taught me a very important thing about 3 reasons why people, and this was more about leadership and actually more about politics, but I'm going to apply it into the sales profession, but I kind of think it fits. And this is a lot of what I talk about when I do a keynote. Because my whole interest is, if you're going to grow, if you're going to be excited about your life, if you're going to get to these epic levels and exceptional levels and areas of excellence in your life, then you've got to know your why, and you have to be aligned according to your why, and you need to go out in the world for the right reason. So the 3 reasons, key reasons, drivers why somebody will choose an area in leadership, they'll choose a particular career, is normally gauged. You can gauge it on 3 particular key words or key areas. The first one is for money or a job. Now, this is never a good enough reason to go for anything, just for money or just for a job. And we're going to touch on this quite a lot through this particular session, because it's really important. Because if you are not in the right position, you're not the right fit, you're settling for money or a job, but you're not settling for your happiness, you're not settling for what your passion, your purpose, what brings meaning, fulfillment to your life, you're going to end up in a trap. And the trap is one of chasing the next best, because you don't give yourself space and time. You're not preparing. If you're not learning and constantly investing in your self-development, you're going to fall in the trap of falling for money and a job. And this is a very unhappy place to be. As much as people might be getting the money, if you end up being sick and you're not aligned with the company, with the industry you're with, and you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you are going to fall short. The company in your performance appraisal is going to come up with it. In your teams, people are going to feel that you're not fully engaged, that you are disengaged. And this becomes more and more like a passive existence, and it's an apathy, and you just don't want to be there. The second reason people will actually say yes to normally leadership, but a career, and today we're going to focus on medical sales, is to make a difference in life. Now, this is what you want. When somebody's heart and soul is completely about fulfillment and purpose and making a difference in people's lives and bringing solutions to customers and completely invested in that, in their own growth, in their own excitement about living, and about imparting wisdom, and about helping others, and about adding value and being of service. This is the exciting part. And then you don't have to worry about the money. It happens. And people, because you love what you do and you're doing it for the right reason, people see that. And that's where you get the opportunities that maybe you wouldn't get if you were choosing it for the wrong reason. And the third most important part that I'm going to bring up to why people will choose a career is they will choose it for the status, the ego, and for the wrong reasons. They're looking for recognition. They're looking for that even leads back to the first thing about money. They're looking for the fast, quick fixes of life. And the fact the title, never take something for a title because you're going to fall, boom, straight in your face. It's really important that you don't take it because the company is cool, or you've got the right company will lead you internationally to where you want to go, or it will. Do it for the right reason right in the beginning, about making that difference and for leading a fulfilled life, a purposeful life. And this is really important. So I'm going to hang on this, leave it at that. But remember the 3 points that I bring up as we go through. Are you the right fit for your industry and for the company that you are with? Now, I even do, are you the right fit? When I choose, I'm going to work with a particular company. And it's really important. I want to ask you, why did you choose to be a sales professional? Just jot it down. And this is just for you. You're welcome to share the chat with me or get back to me in every other way of getting hold of me. Why did you choose to be a sales professional? And we've dealt with the sales professional in a previous session. So why did you? And why did you specifically choose the company that you're with? What is it that aligns you? What is it that draws you to the company that you work with? And these are very important questions to ask. And then within, say, it's medical sales, I want you to answer the question, why this particular industry and why these products? Why this industry or this field? So in medical, the field could be cardiovascular, it could be pharmaceutical and renal, it could be in consumables, particularly theater consumables, it could be in capital equipment, specifically capital in theater. But I want you to break it down. Why have you chosen to be here? How does it align with your life, where you are going? Or is it just a season for now and you just kind of hanging around and drifting in this kind of mode and seeing where it goes to, but no clear direction? Because if you haven't got a clear direction and things aren't aligning up with you, like I did when I spoke about your authentic sales, then you are going to hit those very choppy waters where there's a lot of uncertainty, when there are retrenchments or the people being set free and allowed to move on, and people are getting rid of, leaning down their staff contingent. You will be on that list, and you don't want to be on that list. So what are the 5? I'm going to use 5 criteria today. Just 5 criteria for how do you know if you are the right fit for the company you're in and the industry you've chosen. Number 1, your skills and experience. Now, skills is very important. Do you have the right skills? And this is why I say you're a student for life. Keep upskilling. LinkedIn, Udemy, do whatever courses you need to. There are courses all the way around. I'm working at the moment on setting courses up in a partnership, which I will be releasing as soon as I have a green light on that. But make sure that you're all the time developing your skill set. And if you find an area, do your own SWOT analysis, your own even strengths and weaknesses. Whatever's a weakness for you, maybe it's Microsoft something in Microsoft, maybe it's in Excel, maybe it's your cold cell, maybe whatever it is. But invest in using this time and every day to improve on those skills. Push yourself in a direction of strengthening those areas that might be weaker and utilizing your strengths and bringing them together to actually be able to strengthen you as a sales professional, and your experience, your qualifications, and your past experience. I want you to look at that as criteria number one. Do you have the skills and do you have the necessary experience and qualifications? Because there's nothing worse than going into an interview or being in a position and you feel overwhelmed. You feel like you just haven't got what it takes and you start scrambling. And there's nothing worse than to be in that particular situation. Number two is the company culture. When you go to any company, first look at them on LinkedIn, on their website, Facebook, however you find it. Find staff of theirs that are talking on any of these platforms and follow them. Listen to how they talk. When you're going into a building, often I will sit back. I'll watch the receptionist. I'll watch staff interact and come in and out, and I can immediately assess the kind of culture. Is it a culture where there's a specific coffee shop in the area? Do they have a green space, a nature space? What is that culture you're looking at? And is this something that you want? What is that environment and the values? The values for me are critical, like I did when I spoke about your values. But let's look at the company's values. Do the company's values and your values, do they align? Because if they don't align, choppy waters, there will be a misalignment, and that is something that you want to try and avoid as much as possible. Third part is your interest and passion. So does this role truly interest you? Is this something that you're passionate about? Do you wake up in the morning and go, can't wait to get out there again? I know I smell often when I go. COVID really brought that theatre smell back into my environment. Smelling that smell, that using those sprays, hand sprays, especially when they really have got a very high alcohol content, that smell brings up that theatre smell for me, and I get excited again. I'm like, I really miss that. I used to wake up in the morning, I couldn't wait to get into a hospital and get back into a theatre, because that was where my passion lay. And it's really important that whatever work you do, that you're passionate about it. Because as I spoke about before, that whole story I had about the sales with moonshine, the undistilled whiskey, people bought it because my passion for it. And you need to be interested in it. You have to have an interest in what you're doing, and you definitely need to have that passion for it. And next week we'll hit more on passion. Number 4 is about career and life goals. You've got to be thinking long term and your growth. It doesn't matter what age you're at. You can be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and even 70s, and you can still be going into a new career path, and you still should be looking at a long-term career path for yourself. Look longer than shorter term. Is this career you want to be in? Does it excite you? And does it align with your goals? I mean, I always remember in Toastmasters training so many people globally and always saying to them, choose the leadership role you take. Choose the learning platform you choose, because it aligns with your life goals, your life journey. Because it causes trauma or causes grief, and it causes a lot of disconnect and conflict within yourself if you're choosing things that add stress, because they're kind of like, what am I doing this for? And it's kind of like not really what I want to do. It's important that things come together and they're leading you forward in life, and they're part of your learning and they're part of your life. Very important to look at this long term, and is it part of growth? Are you growing? Can you get opportunities within a company or within this field? Or are you just going to hit a ceiling and then you're going to have to leave and go and find another whole career path again? Because it's really important. I think we're all here and we all want to grow. Number 5 is the job requirements and the responsibilities. I really need to remind everyone that I know about, when you go for any career, always read the specifications carefully. And when you go for the first interview, ask for clarity. I've many a time asked human resources, they don't really know they're your first interview before you go then on to see the sales managers, or wherever they might be, or you might even go see a director after that. But it's really important that you understand more about the job requirement, so you don't waste your time or the company's time. Know what you excel at, what you're great at, all the above 4 areas, and make sure it's that whatever it is what you enjoy. And that, remember, it's daily. 5 days a week is what we spend our time with. 8 to 9 hours, that's most of our life. You've got to make sure that the responsibilities are within your safe zone. It's what you can do. The requirements is something you can easily fulfill. Don't make it too easy for yourself, but don't put yourself in a predicament that you fall flat and you go, why did I do that? And let me get out as quickly as I can. I've seen too many people not make a probation period of 3 months or 6 months with a company they've just walked away and chosen to actually say goodbye. It's very important that this is taken a lot more seriously, because I think that the screening process for me, I really believe right person, right job, and the right fit. And I believe that so often, this is where it gets a little unstuck, is that often people don't understand how vast it is. Not just the industry, but the field within the industry. And then the role that you're choosing, from a sales executive to an account executive to a full-blown sales professional to a hunter to a cold canvasser to a tele-canvasser to a product specialist to a product manager, sales manager, are vastly different. And it's really important that you find out from the start, is this actually what I want to do with my life? Is this where I want to be? And those questions only you have, and that's the questions that you perhaps would like to ask yourself, or you don't have to. I want to always say in life, seek a mentor and a coach, or even a very seasoned sales professional for guidance about any next move you want to make. And even if you feel you're stagnated, even if you're feeling scared, even if you feel that you kind of don't have a grip on the career you're in, or you feel there's disconnect, or you feel that you're withdrawing, really turn to someone to help you. Sometimes it takes a tweak or two and a little bit of guidance, and suddenly you're over that hurdle and off you go. You feel a lot more confident, and confidence is it. That's where it lies. It's really important that you and the company are happy. Because if you're not happy, the company's not happy, it's not going to be good for your future on your CV. And also it's going to leave you not in a good space if you want to move on in your life. So don't waste your time and money settling for a job you don't want. And remember, the HR processes are quite expensive for companies too. And at the end, a short-term choice might impact your long-term gain. I always say rather stay back and wait for the right move, the right thing to come your way. And sometimes you've got to sit back, wait months, even a couple of years, bite the bullet, give your all though, do your best in the position you're in, and that next move will come along and land before you. And always spend time really looking into the actual companies that you want to look at. Watch them for a time, befriend them on LinkedIn, start attending conferences or going to things where you can meet them. There might be certain, in your field, in your industry, there might be ways to meet these companies. Go and meet them and start working on your longer term goals. Because I really believe that you get to create the life that you have. And by actually you can set yourself up for success by befriending the right companies, the right people in companies. And by the time a position opens up, it really is yours. Because you'll have people really being a voice for you and really pushing you forward in that interview process and actually setting you up to actually get into that space that you really want to be at. So just never settle for second best. This really is your lifetime. It's your career. And I hope that sales is your passion. And next week, that is what we're going to hit. It's a favorite of mine. Well, I keep saying this, but they all are favorites of mine. Sales is. But it's all about passion, that all important passion in your life. Following passion with purpose. Having purpose and passion are the two P's that you cannot leave out. It really is integral. And more than you believe it, the client picks up whether you do or you don't have it. So go do some homework. Please do leave me a comment below. Do you like to share this post? Tell me what you think of it. If you want to give me a no, you want to give me a yes, let's hope that's that. Please do. And next time I will catch you. But in the interim, in the meantime, let's get out there and let's go shake the trees.